is he sitting out there?
Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. We back at y'all. Yeah, we on the live show. If you don't catch us on the live, obviously catch us on the platform, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. Tim will fill y'all in at the end. I'm kind of irked how this game just went down. What's up, FairXL, FXL? All right, for one thing, if I had to cast a ballot right now for MVP, I'm still giving it to Joel Embiid. He had a monster game. He's the only main reason why we was in this game. I mean, you had Harden. Harden played solid. He actually played a lot better than he has been playing the last couple of games. I think he shot over 50%. I think he might have ended the game over 50% shooting. He had 11 assists, 9 rebounds, and yeah, he was 6 for 11, 54% from the field. He didn't shoot good from three. He was 1 for 4, but he went to the line, 11 for 12 from the line, 91%. Joel Embiid was the main factor, 34 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. He had a monster game, shot 55% from the field, and we got let down by, in my opinion, defense and some wide open missed threes by Ethan and Tim Bull, Danny Green. Oh, we had Danny Green. He could hit the open three and all this old extra stuff, and the Bull Niang. That's who cost us this game. They was both pretty much over. Niang was 2 for 12. 2 for 12, and most of them was wide open shots. This is what irritates me. I don't care that he played last night. Most of them Jones was wide open shots. You 2 for 12, and then Danny Green comes to the game and he goes 0 for 6. That's ridiculous. That's why we lost this game tonight.
I agree with everything you said. But we lost because we don't. Am I loud enough? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
We don't have a bench. I've been telling y'all this for a while. Our depth is bad. It's terrible. The only person we could somewhat rely on is Niang, and he was bad. Andre Jordan was 1 for 6. Shake Milton took 1 shot. It was a 3, but he only played 8 minutes. Danny Green, his 14 minutes, he jacked up 5 shots. He was 0 for 5, 0 for 2 from the 3. But we don't have a bench. And when you don't have a bench, that puts more pressure on your starters to have bigger games. Yeah, Harden came through later. He started off bad. He puts together the game later on. He did start off slow, but we had the league. And our transition defense is still bad. What are they doing? And I think, and to be honest with you, B looked like he ran out of gas, especially on that last shot where he was trying to put up and miss. He was bending over a lot, hunching over, grabbing his knees. He might have been out of gas. Man. You know, back-to-back nights. Might have been a lot on Joel.
I think he was grabbing he was bending
I
over.
think it had something to do with him landing on his back. Like
before he landed on his back. He
was. I don't remember that. I remember him after his back.
Yeah, I remember after, but I mean, before that, I thought he was cooking. But
our transition defense is terrible. Somebody get back. Your guards, Maxey and Harden, have to get back. Them dudes playing up top. You have to get back. What's going on? They was threatening us, killing us with these full court passes, which you only see in a normal game 2 or 3 times. It happened too much for me tonight. Too much. But I think we need another piece.
Yeah, no, we definitely need another piece. We need another. Honestly, we need another rebounder more than anything else. Niang had a bad night. Niang went like 2 for 12, off of 3. I mean, he don't shoot like that on a regular. But that being said, you're right about our bench. I mean, Danny 0 for 5, 0 for 2 from 3. Again, Isaiah Joe gets no minutes. Shake went 1 for 1 from 3, and he only got like 8 minutes. But
he should have got more time.
Doc went with what he was comfortable with. But I mean, let's keep it a bean. That was when B came out the game. Joker went off. You know what I'm saying? Like in early part, B was out playing. B got in foul trouble. He come out the game, and Joker went off. And once he got hot, I mean, Joker's Joker. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get what he get. But that being said, you know who I actually, my biggest problem off the bench was DeAndre Jordan. I looked at Boogie Cousins coming in and play jail ball. DeAndre Jordan should have been hacking everybody in sight. He should have been the same way them picks that Boogie was setting picks, knocking balls out their socks. And some of them was a little shaky. They finally called one on the one against Thibault, but he did one on Max. He almost killed the young bull, and it was the same type move. If DeAndre Jordan is going to be my backup off the bench. I need him getting more rebounds, and I need him to be more physical. Use them 5 fouls the same way Boogie Cousin just did.
He ain't drumming. He a different type player. That's not how you play.
He used to be a hack. Why he can't hack no more?
Go ahead, Tim. Go ahead, Tim. Go tell us why B. Somebody said go tell us why B need to be more unselfish. Go ahead, Tim. Go ahead and do it.
And B played a very good game tonight. He showed.
Would you say that during our chat? Would you say that during our?
Can I finish? Can I get my thoughts out?
I just want to tell you to tell the truth. I want to hear you tell the truth.
He proved that he is the MVP, and that at this point that he's still in the lead as far as MVP. Now, the reason this game turned to me in the fourth quarter when Boogie Cousins decided to take over that game. He had 2 big 3-pointers, but more important, he dictated the defense, how they was gonna play defensively down the stretch with the Sixers. And lo and behold, they was killing us. This may sound crazy, but if I was Doc Rivers, when Harden, I would put Harden and the boy Charlie Brown Jr. together in the backcourt for a little bit, see how that works. Because Charlie Brown, he got an active body, and I think for some reason, I don't see anybody else on our roster that can get and close out on the other guards. Because for some reason, Max is not.
Thibault. That's what Thibault do, then.
Thibault's down low. I'm talking about up top.
But so you got 2 dudes who can't score but play defense.
Well,
yeah.
Well, we got it's the same way right now the way they playing. If anything,
I mean, Maxie's at least scoring though.
You got to mix it up. You got to mix it up.
I'm not mad at the. Go ahead.
What's happening right now is we're not making plays. Jake comes in the game. He's not making plays like that. You saw what Danny Green gave us. I would at least you're going to get strong defense with the young boy Charlie Brown Jr. I ain't say play him for a whole half. Give him a couple minutes. See if he's disruptive with that team playing with Harden. I would give it a shot.
Let me ask you something though about. See, this is my problem with the Sixers organization. Always been talent evaluation. The Nuggets played 10 people tonight. They went 5 players deep on the bench, and they're missing 2 starters. These dudes is young, athletic, and they run the floor. Like all these other teams can find dudes to replace bench players, replace starters. They've been missing the boy Jamal Murray and Michael. What's the other dude's name?
Michael Porter
Porter Jr. all year. And they got as many wins as we do. We both have 41.
I agree. Go ahead.
You missing 2 starters all year, and you still got. We missing 2 starters all year. We have 25.
Well, you can't cut Jamal Murray. He ain't played in 2 years. He's not a starter really on that team. He's not even part of that roster.
He's a starter on that team.
He hasn't played in 2 years. He's not part of the team.
He's part of that team.
But
I mean, I do.
But my thing is, you still have to replace him. You got to replace a lot of the thing. You got to replace that dude.
I do see what Ethan talking about.
The roster in 2 years.
But I do see what Ethan talking about. I mean, this is something that Wayne always talks about when he talk about Golden State. Like them dudes finding talent and getting these dudes that nobody else really saw coming or, picked up late either in the draft or somewhere in free agency, found some dude. And then next thing you know, he Jordan Poole or something like that. Like these are dudes that the good teams end up finding. But I think I agree with Ethan. Our bench is suspect, but I do think you give it up when you go top heavy. We a top heavy team. We top heavy like Cleveland was when they won the finals against Golden State. They top heavy like Golden State was when they had KD, Clay, and Steph. Like sometimes you get a top heavy team and you sacrifice a little bit of bench. Now, hopefully, you would think your scouting will grant you the opportunity to get a Jordan Poole or a Toscado Anderson type dude come in there, high energy, jump out the building, knocking down threes. But we didn't. We really didn't. We tried to work with, but this is the problem sometimes when you stick with dudes to your fault, and or when your coach doesn't allow these bulls the time to play and groom and get groomed. He should be given Isaiah Joe more clock way back already. So now you're looking for Isaiah Joe to come and save you, and he ain't going to save you because he can't. He don't have the experience. I told about this on the podcast before, how everybody know I watch Golden State, how you see Kerr. I still have my things about him as a coach, but he does give his young players a lot of clock. That's why that dude Kuminga right now is balling, because he's been giving Kuminga consistent minutes since the beginning of the year. Now when you need him, when Draymond hurt, now he's playing.
What type of athlete like Kuminga do we have on our bench right
now? No, we don't. I'm not talking about his skills. I'm just talking about the time letting him play.
But it's exactly. It's not even about that type. But all right. But we're saying that. But okay, that's just like we drafted Maxey, and to the point that Chalk constantly was making last year, and I think we always making. He wasn't giving Maxey enough shine. That's why when I said I wanted Maxey to go to the G League, because I was like, at least he'll get playing time. Because Doc don't give these young guys play. He should be given. He should. And listen, I'm not saying Isaiah Joe is going to be the be all end all. He's going to be this great player that put us over the top. But you tell me you give I seen where he has picked up his defensive play and stuff. You telling me you can't let him in there and when you seeing what Danny Green is giving you, you can't tell me that earlier in the season. I'm not, and now you're at a point where you got to go with the vets that know this, that, and the other. But earlier in the season, you give these younger guys a chance. You give a Paul Reed a chance to get in the flow a little bit more instead of trying to force other things in there that's not there. Like that's my knock on Doc. And that being said, though, when you talk about the Sixers drafting, do they draft these great athletes? No, but let's not act like they didn't have some players come in here. That Maxey's a nice player. They brought Maxey in. They just wasn't given the burn.
When they do get that chance, they gotta show something. We can't just keep waiting for them to have that special moment. Show something right away. None of them has really shown a flash of I'm like Isaiah Joe did it last year. This year he hasn't shown that flash of
right. But you said he showed it last year. Doc should have kept giving him a chance. But when you running Danny Green out there, who's consistently stinking, I'd rather see the young guy out there try to get his feet. Like Ephraim said, you see these young guys getting the chance to fail or succeed and play, and Doc is not giving these young guys a chance. I'm not saying they're going to be the answer, but we know the guys that we're putting out there are not the answer. The same thing went with the Mike Scott experiment last year.
My thing is, I think it's right now we have what we have, right? It's too late to even try anything else. To even pick somebody up, I don't know. Maybe you can get somebody from the D League at best. So you have to try to, can we get anything out of Paul Reed? Can we get anything out of Paul Reed? Can he be active? And what happened to Millsap? Is he done? Is he hurt? Like, what's going on with that?
I think we saw enough of Millsap to know.
What happened to Bassey? Somebody mentioned Bassey in the comment. What happened to Book A talking about Bassey? What's up with him? He said he had a good game against Joker early in the season. And dude ain't
wait, can I say this real quick? And listen, tonight I'm not putting this on Doc, because this was on our shooting. Niang had open looks. He shot. If Niang is hitting his open shots, so I'm not putting this on Doc. He had shot.
It is on Doc.
This game is not.
We shot the ball terrible.
We shot terrible. We had the looks.
Doc has to make sure the transition. We don't keep getting beat on transition defense. We've been exposed like that ever since KD said it.
And you know why? You know why we got exposed? You know what? You know where the exposure came in? The exposure came in because when we shot these shots that we couldn't hit, especially when Embiid wasn't in the game, they got rebounds and flung it down the court. So if we're hitting shots,
to get back.
Yeah, I agree with. I agree with.
It's some of that I agree. But
early in the first half, he was up 15 points or more in the first half. I know, but why did he go? Because you started missing.
Because we was missing
when we was hitting, and I do agree with you. I'm not saying that's not a solid point about the transition defense, because that's true. Whether you hitting or missing, you need to play in defense. I absolutely agree with that. But this is why I'm more upset with what's your boy, Danny Green, and with what's his name, Niang. Those dudes sold out. They flat out sold out. If you get even at the end, let's not go. Let's forget the whole game. Forget the 2 for 12. Niang shot the whole game. Let's go to the very end. He gets an open 3 in the corner, hits the side of the backboard, gets the ball back, and decides to shoot a 2 when we down 3, and he misses that. He had Maxey wide open. Maxey looked at him like, yo, bull. And he just goes for the 2, misses that, then fouls Joker, game over. So, all right, okay, you had a bad game. Play smart. Where's the smart tag? Like, bro, you got to know we down by 3 and you shooting a 2. That irritates me so bad. This game is on Niang for me. It's Niang and Denny Green. That's where the blame lies. I ain't going no further than that. There's no need for further investigation.
I still have a little issue.
So that's what you gonna be blaming the playoffs?
Yo.
Yeah.
I still got an issue with the boy, Maxey. Maxey aggression is just, it seemed like he's shying up down on the court for some reason. I don't know. I don't think he's intimidated because you can see that he's not scared, but it seemed like he's more passive right now. I need him to
He shot 7 for 13 and had 19.
He was passive. You don't think he's been passive the last week, especially?
I think the last couple games, not this game though.
Not this game, though. This is not the game that I was.
I've seen a lot of times where he just passed some shots where I just felt that he was the better option. One in particular was when it was the buzzer beater. It was a buzzer beater. He ended up passing it to somebody in the corner. I'm like, you got to take that shot.
I agree about that shot. I agree.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah.
What we really got hurt in is we was hot early on. We shot 55% from 3-point land in the first quarter. After the first quarter, we shot 29% for the rest of the game. So it's like we just got cold, and it may be because we was playing on the back-to-back. So I'm gonna give some leaders to the fact that we did play in Orlando last night, but we down the stretch we didn't hit nothing.
But guess what? All that being said, our starters, Maxey shot 53%, Harden shot 54%, Harris shot 44, B shot 55, Thibault shot 57. The issue came in, Niang shot 16%, Danny Green went 0 for 5 for 0%, and DeAndre Jordan, whose only job is to be around the basket, get rebounds, get block shots, went 1 for 6. 1 for 6. This is why we lost.
If you get one shot from each of them, we win the game. You get a 3 from Danny, a 3 from Niang, and a putback from DeAndre Jordan. The game is over. We win. This is why I'm blaming the bench, specifically on these dudes who I know can play better. Now, Danny, this is why Danny is what he is. I know Niang can play better than this. I'm thoroughly disappointed in Niang. I know Niang can play better than this. Danny trash. That's you and Ethan, man. You always hyping him up. Pause. You always hyping him up last year in Atlanta, talking about Danny played in Atlanta. We'd have beat Atlanta. He'd have been the difference maker. Flip-flop lose.
He totally regressed this year.
Oh, okay, he been regressed. He regressed last year too. He been regressed, but that's cool. That y'all was riding for him. But I said when Tim mentioned him yesterday, I did the stink face and said, please. It don't matter. He would have came in brick.
I think I went a little bit too far to the left, but you went too far to the
yes,
right.
you did.
Like there got to be some meat in between the middle because Danny Green shot terrible, like historically terrible today. There is no reason for him.
He wasn't historically. 0 for 5 ain't historically terrible. He's just bad.
I'm always exaggerating.
He stunk it up. So what?
He stunk it up. That's a fair assessment.
The ball was terrible tonight. What was irritating is because when he came inside into like easy bunnies, like 2-pointers, and they was like bricks, like really hard bricks. I'm like, is your hand still hurt or something?
The boy Triplet said, he came on early and said he told us our bench was going to be the downfall. I know coming in he didn't like the Harden trade. Now I don't know if it was Harden or if it was Ben Simmons, the Ben Simmons love that Tim has, but like Ethan said. We did give up Drummond, who was very pivotal for this team. He did a lot for this team, whether everybody want to realize it or not. When he came in and spelled B,
that's the one I didn't want to get rid of.
He did very well for this team, and we didn't have a 3-pointer to replace Steph or Seth, whatever his name is, because Harden ain't hitting threes at the same clip that Steph is in. He's actually been historically bad the last couple games from 3, which I don't think
calm down.
Will keep doing. He has to shoot better, but his last couple of games, his 3 has not been hitting. So I don't know what's going on.
Calm down. What?
Only thing I say about
Ethan said he's been shooting historically bad. He was saying the same thing you said. I said calm down.
Only thing I say about that. Now I do agree because it's a matter of stretching the floor. But that being said, Harden went 1 for 4, but Harden gets 3-point plays. You know what I'm saying, and driving and that too.
You got one.
But that being said, I know it's a lot of people want to blame Doc and say Doc blown leads, bro. How can you put it on the players? What do you want them to do? You want them to run Harden and Embiid and Maxey and them for a whole 48 minutes? Then when the bench guys come in here, they got to make plays. These dudes are Niang shot 2 for 12. He had open looks. He has to hit those shots. That's his one. You got one job: shoot the ball.
You're like a field goal kicker.
We got a flagrant foul call at the end of the game. We down 4, hit 2 free throws, and then right there he hits 1, and then he has the rebound at the end of the game. We down 2. All he got to do is dunk the ball, grab, or just if you dunk the ball, you get fouled. You're going to get the call. But he misses a bunny layup That's part of the game. Like I'm
next time we run ball down Boathouse, I'm gonna knock you on your back like that. Let's see how many shots you get up ahead after that.
Listen, I give feet tall. You got to bang. You made excuses for him. He got to bang that shot.
I give B a lot of credit.
Wait a minute. You didn't see him playing aggressive in the paint and them calling offensive fouls on him. So now you want him to just. So now you telling him just roll through everybody and dunk on him. Roll through him and dunk.
That particular play down the stretch. This is not the hate.
And he has 5 fouls, and you want him to just aggressively go out and knock everybody over.
Not going to call a 6 foul on him with him getting.
See, this is
why ain't they?
All right, it's 2 things I do want to address from in the comments real quick. Whatchamacallit, DJ the Barrel. He said, "Ephraim, this is why your coach got to call timeout." He's talking about the play when I said Niang grabbed it and then shot the 2. I mean, I guess you right in a sense.
Yeah, you're right.
But at the same time, if you as a coach have went over with your players what needs to be done, and you realize you need a 3, that's why Niang took the 3 in the first place, and then you get the rebound and shoot a 2 with about 5 seconds left is beyond me. Like, I don't think I should have to call a timeout for a professional NBA player who we just talked to. It wasn't a minute or 2 ago. We just talked about the scenario in the huddle, and you shoot a 2. I'm so confused by that.
We could get the 2, maybe quick foul, maybe they
it's not enough time left. It was like 5 seconds left. It's not enough time. You had Maxey wide open.
You got to go for the 3 at that point.
You got Maxey wide open. I don't understand that. But this is what I don't want.
Even think about it no more.
This is what I don't want to happen. Lionel Robinson said the Harden trade. He said that Harden trade threw the team off. This is what we 6-2 with the Harden trade. And we should, if Niang would have hit 1-3 or Danny would have hit 1-3, we'd probably be 7-1. But I don't. First of all, Denver's a good team. Let's be clear about this. Denver actually is still in the running to possibly end up at a 3 seed team. But
Denver's record is similar to the Sixers.
Yes, Denver is a good team in the league. And that's despite not having Porter or Jamal Murray. They're actually playing some very good basketball. So to act like us losing to them is such a travesty is not. And it was a close game and a game that we easily could have won with a couple of open threes made. This is unbelievable to me.
And listen, man, you keep saying that Doc didn't make adjustments. I can't blame you. Saying about the guy hitting open 3. Maxey ran away from the ball 3 times.
That was
different. Occasions. Yeah, 3 different occasions. They set the pick, and B was up there. He showed on the shooter, and then as Joker went down the paint, B followed Joker, and Maxey just got lost, and the guy was sitting there wide open to shoot. I'm not putting that on the coach. That's on the player. So what you going to bench Maxey? How you going to bench Maxey?
I agree. He was wide open, DeMarcus. Maxey was wide open. I agree.
And the other thing is, I did notice Doc did, and listen, I like I said, Doc should have been playing these younger guys earlier. I'm putting that on Doc. But in this game, Doc actually did make adjustments. While B was in foul trouble, he put Tobias on Joker, and they actually played good defense in that set. Tobias was on Joker, and B was kind of like floating towards the middle, and they played like a little floating zone. And they actually got good play out of that and made plays out of that. Our biggest problem was we didn't get rebounds. DeAndre Jordan was useless for us tonight. Couldn't get a putback and couldn't get rebounds.
I agree. Master the craft. I mean, Sergeant Bass. I'm not giving. Maybe you saying he's saying it was a back-to-back. Maybe you saying that in regards to Niang. I'm not giving the only person I give the back-to-back off is people who actually have to do all the bulk of the heavy lifting, like Hart and B or Maxey. I'm not giving Niang. I'm not giving them a back-to-back.
Got a whole lot going on.
What you say?
They saying your background got a whole lot going on.
Y'all got to pipe down back there. I'm live. But my
thing is, he ain't did. He ain't got one job. I get you, Ephraim. But I'm just saying, I get what you're saying because I feel the same way. But he ain't in his defense. He played 36 minutes last night and shot 6 for 10 and scored 16 points. So he didn't just come in and play like a little 12 minutes. He didn't do like Danny Green, who had the whole night off and then came in tonight and stunk it up. He ain't played 36 minutes, so he played starter type minutes. You know what I'm saying? That
Danny ain't played since Monday. There's no reason why he stunk that bad. So
yeah, he had to get back in the rhythm.
Well, he should have did that in practice yesterday while he was home chilling. This dude, but y'all keep hating on Doc, but Doc did do something different this game. He, for the first time since Harden joined the team, Harden actually went out. He stayed in the game, and Embiid was the first one to go out and get the rest. He tried to mix it up a little bit, trying to give him a different look to see what's working. There's no preseason, there's no training camp or nothing. He's just trying to get his team rolling.
Who you talking about?
Doc, he's trying some things. It's not like he's just doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like. I mean, listen, Harden's a great player, but I don't like seeing too much ISO ball. I like seeing the ball move around.
I agree with that.
It sticks a little bit with Harden, man. I mean, that's his game. He's not going to change either. That's what you got.
Well, in the pregame presser, Doc said he asked Harden to look for his shot early. He said, don't worry about getting everybody else involved because instinctively you're going to do that anyway. He said he wanted them to go for his points. He was doing not like how he was doing in the first few games.
Well, he didn't go for his points early. He went for them later because he was off earlier.
I know that, but that's what Doc said.
But he was trying to swing the ball and get other people in there, though. So that's why I'm saying, if you're saying that he playing iso ball and holding it, but early on he was trying to get other guys into it, and then early on Embiid was cooking. So it's like you ride the high hand. And matter of fact, the rest of the team was hitting too. The starters was hitting. The problem came in when the bench came in, and then you do need Harden to play more, dominate the ball. Harden and Embiid when they're in there with them bench players, because the bench players ain't doing nothing.
So now we got people saying the season is over. So sorry
because we lost the second night of a back-to-back against Denver.
So now they're saying this is what I'm saying. I don't want to do the overreaction. I'm trying to keep everybody even kill and not get too carried away. We lost to a good team.
The season is over.
Okay,
man, stop it, people. So you agree with Mr. Wing that we're a worse team now since the trade?
Yep.
You smoking dope or dog food? Get out of here.
We would have been okay if we would have just kept the team as is and then grab Harden and something. Then we have a deep bench. We'd have been no. Don't tell me about then grabbing Harden. I'm saying as is the team now before the trade and the team after the trade. You tell me this was a better team before the trade. Absolutely.
I don't think you can answer that question. I don't think you could confidently answer that question.
Absolutely. Yet. You mean to tell me at backup center there was no other? The center position was on lock. There was nobody better at the center position at that particular time. Nobody. We had seven. I mean, I dare you to name a better center in the backup center. You couldn't. But
But our starting point guard, we had no point guard.
Maxey was our point guard.
Do you hear this? Did you hear this? He's saying that the team is better.
Master Craft is a violation, first of all.
Do you think that the team was better before the trade or better now?
Hold on. Master Craft is one of Tim's worst critics, his nemesis. Now he's over here talking about he agrees with Tim. He's agreeing with Tim.
Not because I'm making sense.
Wow. So Mr. Wing says, I think they win the game with Seth tonight. So you think Seth, who was pretty much replaced by Hart, you think he's going to give you 29 points, 9 rebounds, 11 assists? You think Seth is going to do that? Like what do y'all think Seth is? Why would he win the game? So you taking Harten's 24 points, 9 rebounds, and 11 assists completely away, and you bringing in Seth's 12 or 13 points possibly, and still Niang still here shooting bad, and you think that's going to be? If we'd have had Seth, we might have got blown away.
But we would have had 18 Drummond boards.
You know what y'all sound like? You know what y'all sound like?
18 boards by Drummond. And now
you know what and what good is that going to do if you're not going to make them after the rebounds?
Let's see what he would have had a few of those.
You know what y'all sound like? Anybody familiar with the Bible? Y'all sound like the Israelites after they got let free out of Egypt. Like it was better. Take us back to slavery with the fish. And like, come on, bro. That team was not better than what we are right now.
That team, I'll get that team was better. That team was better.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Okay. Say that.
It was deeper. The thing is, Harden's not playing the Harden we want to see. It seems like he's not right now. He's not playing like Houston Harden.
I'm not mad at the Harden. I'm not mad at 24 points. Are you mad at 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists?
He almost had a triple double with 20 and shot 50%.
Not 0 for 4 from 3.
He's 1 for 4 from 3. He's 1 for 4 from 3 for 1, and he still shot an overall of 52% from the field.
Last couple of games from 3, you know, Harden is.
You talking about tonight?
Spreads the floor. You want them? I'm talking about the last 3 games.
The
last 3 games.
So this game
has been bad. The last 3 games.
I'm sorry. What's been bad?
It's 3-pointer.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, I mean,
real quick,
Steph Curry 3-pointer was bad for a month. I mean, so my thing is not.
We expect that from Steph. Well,
but I don't care about what you expect.
You don't expect Steph to shoot bad.
What are you getting?
I'm trying to tell y'all the problem is we want to see 30 to 40 point, 10 dime Harden. This is what we want to see.
So when was it? When? Listen, Harden ain't been that in years.
What would you expect?
Harden was averaging 25, 8, and 9 last year, and he was an MVP candidate.
So y'all not expecting Harden when you need him to get 40. Y'all don't think this Harden get 40?
I think
he can get 40, but I'm not expecting him to get 40. You kind of like how you expect him to get 40 almost every night.
My thing is
that's unrealistic. You have completely delusional thought about where James Harden really is right now. What James Harden did tonight is what I expect him to do. 24, 9, 11. That's what I expect James Harden.
That's not enough to get you out the first round.
Oh, yes, it is. It would have been more than enough to be. It'd have been more than enough to beat this game.
Complimentary players.
Hold on. How is it not? You got 19. You got 34. 24, 19, and 10, and 9 from your starters. If your bench would have showed up a little bit, it would have been more than enough. That's why we was blowing them out the first quarter.
Have a bench, so he got to pick up that production.
No, you got Niang and Danny Green, who you and Tim, Danny Green's supposed to hit at least 2 to 3 threes a game, right? Niang should have hit at least 2 more shots out of them 12, at least 2, and the game will be over. So this is why I'm not panicking. To me, the last 2 games with some goofy stuff kind of happened, especially tonight. Tonight was just really not the last 2 games. The last 2 games we lost with the with the Nets game and then this game. The Nets game we just came in flat. They came in hot. They won. This game we actually was balling. Had a 15, 16 point lead at one point in the game. Then when Wayne said we started getting the bench players in there, B went and sat down. And the bull Niang came in and had all these open looks and missed. This is the stuff that we accustomed to see. At least Niang hitting at a 40% clip, 35, 40. At least give me 35%. He gave us 16%, and then he gave us 0 in 6 shots. I'm at least expecting him to hit 1.
All right, here's the thing though. Another situation that we kind of avoiding tonight. Tobias Harris gave us 10 points. $180 man. Gave us 10 points tonight. That's unacceptable.
You keep talking about the money. The money don't matter at this point.
Forget the money. He's just starting power forward, small forward. He gave you 10 points. He got off against the bum Orlando Magic. Everybody praising him, but he deserved to be criticized.
And guess what happened? Guess what happened? When he's attacking and they drop it.
That's 33 points yesterday, and he came back and gave us 30-something tonight. So if he can do it, why can't Tobias Harris at least get us 15? If he give us 15, we win.
And guess what? And if you look at the flow of the game, this is why we're talking about Niang, because he's getting
breastfeeding Tobias.
No, we're talking. No, I don't. I've been, bro. Do you not know basketball? If somebody is wide open, they gotta hit a shot. If somebody's wide open, they gotta hit a shot. He's wide open because they're staying off the same way they stay off fiber. They gotta hit the shots.
10 points is okay for Tobias Harris.
Hey, Brandon Stokes. I'm gonna address the Tobias Harris thing in a minute, but Brandon, Harden didn't take only 11 shots. Harden actually took like 20 shots. If y'all keep in mind, if Harden went to the free throw line 12 or 13 times. So you could add about 6 to 7 more shots that Harden actually took that's not officially on record because he went to the free throw line. Now, as far as Tobias, watching this game, I'm not too mad at Tobias this game because he kind of played within the flow of the game. Some of the opportunities he had, he took the opportunities early on. He had, I think he had like 4 straight points at one point in the game. He had some opportunities. He backed down a dude who was smarter and turned over shot, then got a layup then hit a 3 a couple plays later. I'm not too overly mad about this game because sometimes I see games where I see Tobias look shook on open looks and he passes up on the shots. But this game wasn't that case to me. He kind of played within the confines of the game, trying to pass the ball around to the open man. And this is why we was getting the open shots. Some of his assists would have been on a hockey assist tip because he passed it to Maxey. Maxey then passed it to Harden passed it to Niang or Danny, and they brick.
Pass it to the bucket.
But you said
it don't work like that every time.
But we know they want him to be more of a spot up, catch and shoot. He shot 50%. He shot 2 for 4 from 3. I mean, he shot 50% overall. He was hitting the shots. But if you're saying you want to now let him go down there and he's trying to back the dude down, which he did a couple times, and the help came. Now I did have an issue with the one time down the stretch. He was backing the guy down. He took so long, and Boogie came down there and trapped him. He had Embiid wide open up top for three. That was a horrible play on his behalf. And I still don't think that. That's what I wanted to see DeAndre do. Come in here and just act some. He ain't got nothing to do but just use his 5 fouls.
I wish we could have picked that Boogie
and we had a shot to get him.
We did, but at the time we still had Drummond.
He just gets teched up. He can't even like. He can't even.
I don't even think Harden should have got a tech.
If he looks at the player wrong, I don't even think that play should have been teched up. To me, that's just basketball.
Yeah, that was.
No, I can understand giving it to him though, because it's like, all right, first of all, you hacked him up. He hacked him up, and then he walked up on him like that, like he tried to punk him. So what I'm saying, come on.
Just standing there.
No, he didn't. He stepped up on him and was looking at him, looking down at him. He tried to intimidate him. That's what he did. Hold on. What's up?
You the main dude who talk about not giving texts and all this stuff, and you won't give a text for somebody gritting on somebody? I'm not giving no text.
I'm not talking about the gritting part. It was like after he hacked him up and then going to walk up into him like chest to chest, like trying to intimidate.
Yeah, he told who the he's showing who the alpha male is.
I'm thinking about the way they call it. If they're gonna call it like they call it, then I don't think that it should have been attacked both ways. That's my point.
I ain't like it, but I mean, it was several factors that caused to lose this game, and none of them applied to Joel Embiid, in my opinion. None of them really applied to Maxey or Harden. I do agree with Ethan. I was saying this yesterday. At times, it's times where iso ball is necessary. When you talking about the clock winding down, it's a clutch shot that needs to be made. I'm not mad at Harden going iso and if the double team coming, him swinging it out. But at certain points in the game, he kind of resort back to that. I heard the announcer say, I didn't hear this from Doc. I heard the announcer say that he was trying to tell Doc was trying to get Harden to keep the ball moving more, to have our offense a little bit more movement, a little bit more up tempo. I saw that tonight for the most part. Yeah, I know. And so if he don't, I mean, what happens at that point? But I did see it for the most part. The off the ball kept moving. Now, at times, Harden does his Harden thing. He go 1-on-1, which if he make it is lovely. But if he don't, then everybody start looking at it sideways. So,
listen,
this game is the end for.
So if this going to end, this can end bad. You know, if Harden is resistant to coaching the way Doc wants him to move the ball, it could be a possibility he don't want to come back. Say we get bounced in the first round, it's a big blow up with, the way Doc wants to do it, the way Harden wants to play. That could be bad.
I still think it's a matter of them filling the process out. Like Harden's trying to find that balance between dominating the ball and swinging the ball. Like we said, first of all, we can't come out and one say, "Oh, you supposed to be the man. You gotta take the ball. You gotta do it." Then the next breath saying, "Oh, he got to swing the ball." Like, come on, like he gotta find the balance the same way we talking about it. And Maine, it ain't about role players. It's about blaming people who didn't do their job. Harden did his job tonight. Embiid did his job tonight. Maxey did his job tonight. Niang did not do his job. This is why I ain't blaming him. I think Doc did his job. Dudes was in position to make the shots. We missed open shots. Do his job.
Who didn't?
Tobias.
I mean, he could have been a little better, yeah, but it wasn't to the level. I agree, it wasn't to the level of Niang. This is why I'm glad you addressed that, Wayne, because people kept saying that earlier. Like, why y'all talking about Niang? Why y'all talking about Danny Green? Like, it's like you blaming the kicker at the end of the game. If the game is hanging in the balance, it's been a tough battle all night, and now you get the kicker field goal position to make it, and he missed, you looking like, yo, this bull, what are you doing? You got one job. That's the same thing. He a role player. A kicker see less action than Niang. But everybody blame the kicker. I'm talking about why can't this boy hit the shots that you're supposed to hit? This is what we brought you here for. And all credit to Thibault. He had 9 points. He actually played a solid game. He had like 6 steals. He did what he's supposed to do. I remember Wayne always said this: if you're not going to give me the offense, give me some glorious defense. Thibault was all over the place. He was active. He was getting his hands on balls, steals, blocks, the whole 9. He did what he's supposed to do. Niang and Ethan Bull and Tim Bull, Danny Green dropped the ball.
Yeah, it's not about blaming. First of all, you can blame role players. We do it all the time. Yes, when a guy has a job and he come in, you say, guess what? Who you think you blaming when you say the bench stunk? It's the role players. That's the bench. You blame role players when dudes don't do that job. You build a team for everybody to do their job. Joel and Harden's job is to put up the points and the rebounds and get people in the game and everything. Maxi's job is to take advantage and get out there on the break and score that. Tobias could be doing a better job. He should be doing a better job. But that being said, I also saw Tobias actually hustling on defense. He still pulled in 7 rebounds. So my thing is, Niang shot 2 for 12, and he had a lot of wide open shots. These are the shots that he usually hits. He's the one that underperformed tonight.
People just want to blame Harden, and they want to blame the trade. People, whoever didn't like Harden is going to say Harden's the reason why we lost. Whoever don't like Bede, like Tim, is going to say Bede is the reason why we lost.
I never said Bede was the reason why we lost.
I'm just saying.
I never said that's the reason why we didn't win.
That's your normal narrative.
He was the reason why we didn't win, but he wasn't the reason why we lost.
There you go. See, there you go. So anybody who didn't want the trade, especially the Ben Simmons lovers and all them who really didn't want Harden here, they going to try to use any other thing to deflect off of the real fact why we lost. Every game you lose, there's a reason why. Sometimes you could blame coaching. Sometimes you could blame the starters. Sometimes you could blame officiating. Sometimes officiating is just that bad that you like, yo, these boys hose this. And sometimes you can blame an individual bench player or the whole bench at large. Tonight is pretty much the whole bench at large.
Let me ask y'all this, though. Do y'all
Go ahead.
Do y'all remember our transition defense this bad before Harden got here?
Yes. Yes. That's the knock on the Sixers, the transition defense.
Ever since the yellow boy been out of our lineup, transition defense just ain't been that good.
I mean, I'm not going to argue that point. And Ben did play way better defense in transition and everything. But that being said, he quit, so we don't care about him. He's the one that didn't want to be here. They wanted him here. He didn't want to be here.
Well, one thing we don't hear about as much.
Oh, wait, real quick. DeMarcus made a great point because to Ephraim's point to my refs. That Jokic, Jokic was getting a lot of benefit.
That was a walk. Yes,
he was getting the benefit of a lot of whistles. We can't complain too much because we do too usually. But it looked like it was a little bit of a favor to Jokic a little bit tonight. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
They reversed that. They reversed that. That hurt us too. That reverse call they did.
Oh yeah, that offensive foul.
And then they gave Embiid his 5th foul on that. Like, come on.
Ooh, that was cold.
But you telling me they wouldn't have called the 6th foul on Embiid if he tried to power through and dunk on somebody and they called it offense. They called it offensive foul. They reversed the call. They reversed the call while Embiid is at home going up and the ball hanging on his back, and they reversed it to call it offensive.
Well, one thing we haven't heard as much as we did before Harden got here is the rebounding. We actually out-rebounded Denver tonight. So I think that was one of the huge problems that everybody kept saying. We get out-rebounded. Since Harden got here, we haven't heard that much, to be honest with you. Now, we done had a couple bad shooting games as of recent. So now it's starting to look, everybody want to pinpoint all the negatives. But that's one of the things that we haven't heard. Now, the transition defense, I agree with Ethan on. We definitely got to tighten that up. But I firmly believe if the Bull Niang would have used his God-given brain and would have passed out to Maxey, we'd have won overtime and we'd have won that game. That's my feelings on the matter. And all this negativity about the Harden trade we got fleeced and we shouldn't have Harden, we still need Ben. All that would have been pushed back all that would have been pushed back to the next game that we'd have lost and y'all could have came out your holes then. But if Maxey would have got that 3, he would have nailed it. I'm telling you. And I'm irritated.
Yeah. I mean,
my whole thing is
you still got to play. My thing is, I thought last year we was actually I don't know what the numbers are. We were known as a defensive team. I think we kind of losing that identity. I
wonder why.
The teams that win in the league are usually in the top 5. I'm gonna stress to say 8 or 9 in defense. The teams that be in the chip are the top defensive teams of that year. Where are we at as far as defense for the year? Are we one of them teams?
I think we top 10. I think we top 10 to 9 or 10. But look,
probably around
you do realize last year we had Dybul, Bede, and Ben, who are all 3 top 10 and first and second team all defensive players. So it was a reason why we were that way. Unfortunately, we lost the great Ben Simmons. So now we just trying to find ourselves.
Yeah, I agree, Mr. Wing. Niang's awareness definitely needs to plummet on his 2K rating. I don't even play 2K. I don't even know where it's at, but his joint needs to drop 10 or 15 points, however the rating system go. But somebody made the comment.
Right now.
Somebody made the comment. They said Harden makes Master the Craft. He said Harden makes teams worse. So what team has Harden made worse? Like somebody, like for real, I'm asking you, what Houston team, the two teams he's been with before the Sixers have been Houston and the Nets, outside of being with OKC in his earlier years. But as the future person,
Sixers are ranked 8th in overall defense right now.
9th. Okay. I see 9th on mine.
I'm looking at NBA.com. They got him at 8th.
And I actually think we was 8th last year with Ben and 9th this year, if I'm not mistaken. That's what you might be looking at.
Memphis Grizzlies at 8 and we at 9.
No, wait, you might be right. I might be.
Yeah, we was 8 last year, 9th this year.
I think 8 last.
No, I'm looking at it. It says 8, but I don't know what they.
I think that's what it was. But I mean, once again, the question still stands.
No, you're right. It's 9th.
Yeah, but I think we was 8th last year though. And but with Ben, who everybody says is the best defensive player in the league. That's neither here nor there. Is Draymond Green.
It's here.
But that 9 really is before Harden got here.
Oh yeah, it is. I know, I agree. But we're gonna see where it maintains throughout the end. I would like to see the rating since he's got here. I would like to see what that is. Harden actually had a nice block. Harden actually had a nice block this game on that. Tried to shoot that 3 on him. He blocked.
But so we said we talking about our defensive rating. So what did our offensive rating go up once we got Harden? You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it a balance there though. Did our offense get drastically better? Like for real. When we look at our defense, right? What did we lose? Seth Curry, whose defense is about the same. We lost Drummond. That's what we lost. Is Drummond. So you telling me you this hyped up about the difference that Drummond is going to make on defense? A guy that's playing like about what was he playing for us? Like 20 minutes or something around that. So, so I don't think the defense drops that great off of that one player. That player.
Master the Craft says he makes us. When I asked the question, he said he makes us worse. LOL. But Master the Craft, I do agree at times. But this is the point I was making. I haven't seen Harden consistently hold the ball and play ISO ball. The most he did it was that. Most definitely. The most he did it was in the last game in Orlando, and it irritated me. I absolutely agree with you. He didn't really do that before. Now, some of his game, which makes Harden effective, is the way he plays ISO. So you can't take that completely away because that's one of the reasons why he's a 75 all-time great player, along with the step-back threes, know how to draw fouls, savvy, could pass and rebound. All this stuff makes Harden an all-time 75 great player. But I do agree sometimes he gets in his own way with the ISO ball when you don't have to. And with this Sixers team, the way it's constructed, there's no need to play consistent ISO ball. We got B, we got Maxey. Tobias can get in the game like he did last game with the 20 points or whatever. So you could keep that ball moving a little bit more.
I want to say people talking about foul baiting not going to work in the playoff. I don't think tonight they was foul baiting. I mean, where do you see that at? I thought Harden was going at the basket when they didn't throw the body into him and foul him. He dropped in the little floater. Embiid was going to the basket when he didn't get. If they was fouling, they was purposely fouling him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think tonight was. Now other games, I agree, but tonight I didn't think it was about foul baiting tonight. I didn't think that was the issue tonight.
I agree. I didn't see that as much as I saw it in Orlando. In Orlando, Harden was trying to foul bait almost every time he went to the line. I think that's because he was off and he kind of realized he was trying to get into his group by getting to the line and getting his points up.
Janet Mills makes a good point. Like our defense had them turning the ball over like crazy. Our biggest problem was we was not hitting shots. We actually played decent defense in this game. We held them to what was the score in the first half? Like the first quarter, like 32-19, something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? The end of the first quarter, we had something big. They turned the ball over like 8 times in the first quarter. Our defense 37-22 we just missed shots and they came back because then they could get into the fast break and they didn't have to settle for the half court set.
I will agree with Master the Craft. He said Harden got like 3 moves. I do kind of agree that he actually has like 3 or 4 moves, but they are very effective. They hard to stop, so he uses them to his advantage.
He really don't have a lot of moves. He
don't have a whole repertoire. I'm not even going to say he don't, but he don't. If he does, he don't use them much. He uses the floater. He uses the step back three, and
He puts the ball in your chest to get a foul.
And then put the ball in your chest and draw it. Yeah, that's probably about the 3 moves that he got.
I think we got fleeced, y'all. We got fleeced.
But all that being said,
D'Antoni is trash. I would never take D'Antoni as a coach. He's a trash gimmick coach. Stop.
Yeah, y'all be more upset at him than y'all are at Doc, for real. But we play again Wednesday. We play Cleveland. Then we play, I think, Dallas. Cleveland and Dallas after that. So, I mean, we'll see what the next 2 games, bring about with this team. Hopefully B play. I think B going to play every game, even if he hurt. He's trying to win MVP. I think he wants that on his resume, something that you could beat your chest at by the time you retire. I think he's playing come what May. He's playing.
Here's the crazy thing. This may be the most we'll ever see B play in his career ever again, because when you look at the stats, he don't play basketball except 53. He only played 50 games a year, but he has a goal to win the MVP.
How about he's healthy? How about that?
No, it's just that he don't play. He played 50 games a year.
How about he's healthy? How about he's healthy and he's in shape? How about get a man some props, bro? Like, stop trying to.
Listen.
You are hating because you're trying to say he's selfish and the only reason he's playing these games because he wants MVP. He won MVP last year too.
I never said he was.
Hurt.
I never said,
but he was hurt.
I never said the only reason why he was playing that was work. That came out your mouth. I didn't say it, but if you want to say
what you say, you said he usually only plays like 50 games, but he's playing so many games now. Why?
Because he's trying to get the MVP.
That's what I just said.
But look, I'm looking. Last year he played 53 games. The year before 51. The year before that 51. I mean, he only plays about 50 games a year
because of injury.
Let me ask you this: after watching the game, after watching the 2 best centers in the league play, what do y'all come away with?
I feel the same way. I'm taking Embiid over Joker.
I'm taking Embiid all day.
I think B definitely got the MVP in the bag. If I had a vote in my own personal mind, I feel he's MVP this year. I don't care who gets it. Yeah, this is what I always tell y'all. The MVP and all that matters. What I feel matters. I feel B playing the best basketball in the NBA right now. I would give him the MVP, and I would take him if I had to pick him a Joker. I'm taking him over Joker.
I mean, I would take KD if he was eligible, but because he's not eligible, Embiid is my MVP.
I could kind of agree with that. He missed too many games, KD. I would actually take LeBron or it would be a 3-horse race to me if all their situations were similar. If the Lakers is winning and KD played enough games, it would be a 3-horse race between LeBron, KD, and Joel Embiid.
I would probably take Joel Embiid too, but I never seen the center see the floor like Jokic. We had 13 times tonight, 8 times tonight.
Oh yeah,
the way dude passes the ball for a big man is ridiculous. He was threatening the needle.
He was
on some passes.
But I think Embiid's defense is head and shoulders better than Joker.
I had to agree that defensive block that defensive block that he had after he hurt his back, I think it was like a play or two. Look, I got the animals messing the joint up.
Joker got some blocks tonight, but I'm saying when you see the way Embiid covers ground on defense and how much ground he covers in playing defense, I don't think that Joker is on that type time. But Joker's a much more skilled offensive player, though. Like you said, all around.
That's I wouldn't say much more skilled player. That's heavy.
His passing ability and I mean, Joker passing and Joker gets to that rebound. Joker gets a lot of rebounds too. I think he gets more rebounds than Embiid too.
That's deep.
Somebody said earlier, I forgot to address. Brandon Stokes. He said Harden got a deep bag. He don't just go dig into it much. I think he do. I think Harden does have a deep bag of tricks, but I think he's got comfortable with using about 3 moves. But I do think he needs to dig into his bag a little bit more to help us out.
Maybe saving it for the playoffs. Who knows?
We'll see.
All right, got any final thoughts before we wrap this thing up?
No, I'm good. I'm ready to go.
All right. Well, actually, don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button. Also, we want to hear from y'all during the game. So if y'all want to tweet us at Uncensored Philly Sports using the hashtag, we can read some of y'all tweets why we
Hey
don't
Tim,
talk
I
about
just want to address one thing real quick. Somebody
Right.
said Jokic is more clutch than Embiid. Where do you see that at? Because when Joker was winning the playoffs, Jamal Murray was the clutch dude on that squad. It wasn't Joker coming up with all the clutch play. Jamal Murray was the reason they was winning them games. Joker was balling, but Jamal Murray was the clutch boy on that team. It wasn't Joker. That's why they
Yeah.
didn't do much last playoffs.
Yeah, I agree with that. I got to see a little bit more before I deem him more clutch. My bad, Juan Q. I did have a lot of background noises. I got to tighten. I got to let it smack down when I get off the pod. My bad. Go ahead, Ethan.
All right.
Joker balled that playoffs, man. I mean, they both balled. Took both of them. So,
I know. You just saw
I'm
something.
I'm just talking about the clutch part because they were saying
they were
saying that
against the Clippers.
But he's saying that Joker's like he's so much more clutch than Embiid. I don't necessarily agree with that. Huh?
I don't think neither one of them clutch.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think that one of them.
I'm gonna highlight.
That's what I'm saying. I think Jamal Murray was their clutch player in the playoffs. All right.
All right, y'all. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on Wednesday after the game where we're playing the Cleveland Cavaliers. We out.